with us for quite a while. Now we have to ask, obviously we have two very young athletes, female athletes, who are participating in the SEA Games for the first time. These are of course Eliza Ng and Nicole Ann Liao. They're taking part in the 800 meters. What are your thoughts on these two girls?
Well, I think it's the first SEA Games, and then to start off in Singapore in front of your home crowd, I think it's like the perfect way to start your career, right? And probably inspire you to keep going. It's their first SEA Games, so I think they just need to do the best in terms of like personal best, and it's right in line with SAA's their long-term plan of developing the younger athletes and giving them exposure. So they have a task at hand, and they got to bask in the environment.
I think quite a few of the athletes involved this time around are quite young and maybe inexperienced, but there's a vision here that we just talked about, right?
Yeah, I started my first SEA Game or my competitive national team at the age of 16. Wow. So we have to start young somewhere, somehow. Like Shyam say, being home game. I mean, to me, it's a big pressure. But if you can take that pressure and turn it to the energy to, do something great for yourself, I think that will keep the momentum going for your own career.
That is pretty young though for a thrower, right? At 16 to be competing at that level.
Yeah, I have actually no choice, because at that time when I started, and I was the best discus thrower in the country, so they want to push to get more exposure. Yeah. In track and field or in sports, it's more about exposure. The more you expose yourself to a different environment, you learn from it. It's not about failing, it's about learning from what you have done wrong or right, and then you come back and you reassemble your training plan or your master plan again and get better. So as you mature, eventually you will get more confidence and to perform better at the next level.
Now, is there really an ideal age for children to start sports, to pick it up? Is there a fundamental age where maybe their bodies haven't fully developed?
If you talk about just sports itself, the best ideal age is to start at primary school, primary one. In certain sports, then you got to move it around. About 14, 15 and above, then you look at what events you want to do. But still, you're still quite general. Right. Until you hit about 16, 17, then you kind of specialize. And then when your body kind of matured and you can take the kind of hard training, then it's about loading.
Yeah, I think a lot of Singaporeans tend to specialize like very quickly.
Too early.
And that's where we kind of go wrong. I think in Europe, a lot of them do multi-event sports, so that every aspect of your body can develop, your strength, your endurance, coordination and all.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
That's right. In our local scene, you look at national school, everybody wants to do best, and then the school start to invest in coaches to specialize in event, and then they start to train very hard in one event. They can't do multi-event, so they should look at the broad base and look at more. Because today I know one thrower, Landis. He was the long distance runner, and now he's throwing a discus in the SEA Games. Yeah, it's a big change. Why? Maybe
that's the wrong thing.
Yeah, too early, and then they think he can run his feet around, but at the end, running might not be good for him. And then he has to start to develop the love of lifting weights and get more bulkier, and then and he start to throw. He's tall, so it's a big thing if you specialize. It's too early.
So, do you then think that Singaporean athletes really need to diversify themselves?
I think so, and it's also up to the coaches. It's the whole system, right? If they bring in a coach, sometimes the coach wants to produce results. Yeah. So they will start like pushing the person into one, and then you can even overtrain and burn out. So sometimes I think we have been known to produce really good athletes at youth level, and then after that we are not at that level because we burn out. So we need to really keep into consideration the long-term development. I didn't have that luxury. I think when I was first spotted, like everyone got excited about, this guy can run fast, and then so I just went into the 100 meters when my coach actually said that I would have been a good 200 or maybe a better 400 meter runner.
Yeah.
So what else would you have gone into if you had the choice? If you could do something besides the 100 meter?
Yeah, actually, if I had the choice, I would have run the 200 because my build is supposedly better for the 200 and the way I move and all that. But I think when I started running and then I was running quite well in the 100, then everyone just got excited.
Okay, we're going to take a short break here. When we return, we'll have the victory ceremony for the women's shot put. Do stay with us.